but when you have a strong team, but your leader is weak in the sense of being disorganized, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it.
Restaurant Punk, what's up?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
My name is Lee.
Restaurant Punk.
I am the boss. I'm 4 feet tall.
How tall?
4 feet.
4?
Yeah, aren't you?
No, I'm 5.
Oh,
okay?
sorry.
I used to be 5.5, but then I shrunk over time. It just happens.
What's the certified little people height?
Liz.
No, it's below my height.
Is it like 4?
I think it's 4 and
9?
change. But I think I might have made that up.
Well, it's 420.
Nice.
Is that fall
Yeah.
time?
It's Nico's birthday.
Is it really? That explains everything. That mother.
So,
So Liz.
I got a topic.
So Noel.
Are you ready?
Toothbrushes.
No, that's not the topic.
Okay.
Focus, George.
Focus on me. Focus.
All right. So, as an employee,
Jesus.
how do you feel about managers who are disorganized? Do you find that people respect them less?
Immediately, yes.
I mean,
I
if
agree.
you're in the wrong profession, if you're disorganized, I think it's a joke. Now, how organized are we talking about? I mean, like, you have some crazy OCD.
Yeah,
And you're
absolutely.
very organized, and I'm pretty organized, I guess, aspect-wise, but my quote-unquote front of house manager is a mess. She is not organized at all, and it drives me nuts.
Are you talking shit about
Katie Hess.
again?
Always.
Oh my
So sorry,
God.
Katie.
Jeez.
She really is good at what she does.
Oh my God.
She makes me money. I take her wherever I need to go. She's the best. She's the best server. She's top 5, one of my favorite servers of all time in any restaurant. But
Yeah.
but she's so unorganized. Like she forgot to put the cast order in, so I had to run around today to find food for today.
Katie.
For your restaurant?
Yes, because it's coming tomorrow.
That's kind of problematic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unorganized. So when
that's not- do
if
you-
she's unorganized, that just
Maybe
people,
give her a checklist. I do. You saw my checklist for the editing.
you have 17 checklists just to walk up the stairs.
She has a packet on how she organizes her packets.
That's insane.
I have.
Which honestly, as a coordinator, like I love it. I love it. I eat it up. But it's funny.
That's a lot.
Oh my God.
It's
I
funny.
have 3 different like steno notebooks and before today, and I had the list of topics I wanted to go over today.
Oh my God.
I couldn't remember which notebook it was in. Because I have 10,000 notebooks, just in case you can never have too many notebooks. So I'm going
You
through
can't have
each
so many
one.
notebooks.
No, I'm the same way because then like I'll have one notebook and I'm like, I don't really like the bind in this one. And then I get another notebook and then like I start writing and then I'll have a notebook and a client will call
The
me.
bind and the notebook?
Yes, it makes such a big
I'll tell
difference.
you. So back in the day, Target for one school year season, they had these notebooks. It was their brand. And the paper was just amazing smooth. I just loved feeling it up. It was just amazing, right?
You're
I
filling up
could not
notebooks.
and it was thick. The paper isn't
Okay, now it's a thick. She
It's
thought
a
of a thick notebook.
soft.
thick, soft
Texturally
paper,
all
and I
there.
couldn't find it ever again. But anyway, that's not the topic.
I
The
don't know
topic
what's
is not
happening anymore.
notebooks.
You're drooling right now. You okay?
The topic is, well, I'm just saying, because I've seen managers who severely jack up schedules to the point where, okay, well, you now do not have coverage because you didn't really properly
So
review.
we're talking about overall organization.
Overall.
Like, because even down to scheduling.
Just managers.
Scheduling is like the worst thing you could be organizationally challenged with because then again, like you said, you're going to be high and dry. For me, organization is even just the layout of the server station or
Yeah.
just organizing.
Checklist for
making-
end of the day for
Yes.
servers.
Yes.
Yes, the checklist.
Side work.
Making sure that you have like, okay, you want this whole place to have candles. Well, did you go out and get candles? Because I told you 3 days ago we were going low. You know, like
Right.
I
things
get the
like
candles.
that. I was looking at you. That wasn't directed towards
Okay.
you.
So Katie,
But
get the candles.
For me, I can't. I think again because I am a coordinator and I am very organized in just my everyday lifestyle. I can't stand it. Like that is the biggest turn off for me working somewhere.
Hey, Pete.
Well, I find that if you are disorganized and everyone knows it, people will take advantage of you.
Oh,
Oh,
And I'm
absolutely.
talking about in like, they know they can steal from you if
Yeah.
they know you're not organized. 100%. And that's a problem.
You know what's messed up? I've been on the other end where owner is so disorganized that he showed us end of the shift report, like how to do everything and like how to, okay, these are going to be your tips. These are this. When you void it, subtract this, add this, multiply it by this, whatever. Right.
Mm-hmm.
was this Nikos?
No, it was not Nikos.
damn
Nikos
it.
is an angel. later on, I'm talking like way down the line, he goes, oh no, it's supposed to be done this way. And because he's so unorganized, then that meant that we had been doing money wrong for so long, and that he was taking more money out of our tips, and then tried to turn it around as we owed him certain money for voids, when it was just like it got so complicated because he was so disorganized, and he didn't even know his own system, to where it was like, I don't know if I owe you money or if you owe me thousands of dollars for the last 5, 6, 8 months that I've been here. Yeah. And not just me, but everybody here. Or just the organization of, you know, if you are, like, depending on your tipping system, if you get tips on credit cards, sometimes restaurants will pay you at the end of the week for all of your credit card tips and just give you a check. Sometimes they'll just give you the cash. Like if they have a bank, which I think every place should have a bank, you know.
Next topic.
For another day. But I think that, you know, there should be some sort of a bank, and like, you know, that you can pull from for certain tips. Or at the end of the night, like if you're paying your busser, you know, they can walk with the money at the end of the night, just like the servers. Nevertheless, it got so chaotic to where it was like, okay, at the end of the week, you owe me this. Oh, well, I have to go back into the paperwork and look at this. And it's like, now I'm going on over a week without getting my credit card tips.
No, that's why
I know who this is, but
I would have a detailed like log for myself, because then at that point I don't trust you.
Oh, and we do. So that's another thing. It's like, okay, well, I'm taking pictures and sending them to you at the end of the day every night. Like I have my own notepad in my phone of like every night that what I made, credit card and cash. Yep. Like I keep such a tight log. And so then it's like, well, I want to go over the paperwork. Okay, well, here I have it all right here. No, I'll get back to you. And it's like, you're so disorganized.
Shady. That sounds shady / disorganized. That sounds very problematic.
But as an owner, I always try to have my manners to a high standard. Like Katie has, as always. It drives me nuts that she's not there yet. And I know she's young. I mean, she's a young woman with crazy boyfriend problems and bullshit I don't give a shit about. But I try to hold her a higher standard, so it drives me nuts that I have to deal with shit still to this day. And then on the other side, I go over to Shimon and YB, and I have Ashley, and she's a saint. Everything is down. She has everything.
Ashley.
She's got notebooks.
She's
got notebooks. She's a notebook girl.
I watched her that one day, because I've worked with her before, but she was behind the line, so I couldn't see what she was doing. I came into YB a few weeks ago. I was just watching, not her, but I couldn't stop watching her because she's so organized. Yeah. I was like, it made my day. It sounds really stupid. I love seeing that shit.
Yeah, no, it's such a big deal. And I think also from like even just an employee to a owner standpoint, it's like that's where you open up the gateway to servers or anybody who's working under you to be like, oh, well, I could run this better. I could run this better.
They always say they can do it, but they never do it.
Well. And then, you know, like step up to the plate and prove to me that you can run it better. Yeah. You know, like Ashley stepped up to the plate and look where she is now, you know. She had worked in the grind with me for a while as well. Like I saw how like, you know, great she is and also how much of an asset she is to a team. It's just you got to make sure that you bank on the right people. But when you have a strong team, but your leader is weak in the sense of being disorganized, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it.
I just realized this right now, because we just said Ashley and Katie Hess. Is there any male managers in the Carrie Restaurant Group? No, right? It's all women.
I would say at Vintage, Ozzy very much, I feel like led the herd over there. Like he was just so on it all the time. He's literally a national treasure. Couldn't say enough better things about him. Wow. But
good luck, Pete.
He's just like a natural leader and like such a good support throughout the night, and is so good at like, for me, even I mean, not to toot my own horn, but like I think I'm a great freaking server.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, like I know because we don't always have managers in our group, but we call our top servers our leads, our front of house almost managers. And I was like thinking of you and or Lena.
Alana only really worked mornings. Like it was very rare.
Celiac.
But she only worked mornings, so she wasn't like.
No, I thought she worked dinners. So that's what I was thought about.
No, very occasional. Yeah, very occasional. So like, meanwhile, we're only open 2-3 mornings. A week, to where Ozzy and us, like we would be there 5, 6 nights, 7 nights a week. And so he was just, even when I stepped in and started working over there, he was the first person that I gravitated to, not only for like just his overall good energy, but his organization, his systems that he has in place.
Yeah.
Like I would watch the way that he had his processes and procedures, just even like welcoming tables, what he said first and then what he said second, you know?
Now, was that his systems or was that Nico?
That was, to me, it was his systems, you know, because obviously everybody's there. And mind you, he had never actually been a server before he worked there. It was just, that is just kind of like how he carries himself everywhere else. And so it just works there, you know?
Yeah.
And I would say he's probably like the only, to my knowledge, when I was working at Scola, Nick Pavlo, he was the lead
at YB too. I was very impressed too.
Nick
Tell you
Pavlo
All three of them,
is,
and Jane and Katie. I was watching like, wow, this is like
dream
no
team.
joke.
Yeah, Katie's really, like I said, she's a phenomenal server.
You just watch the way she speaks to people.
And
It's
then
amazing.
just this little things that I need her to worry about. It's sometimes very tough when it comes to like, I don't know the schedule, but as long as you're there. But like I told her, like she used to do this. We had an episode about on call or call off, whatever you call it. And I told her stop doing that because it doesn't work. Because you're telling them it's not busy right now, come in at this time. And next thing you know, 5 minutes later, it's busy. And now they have to rush to get ready. So just get rid of that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard. I guess now Nick Pavlo, Ashley, Ozzy, they're a little older and they've, I want to say been in the game longer. I mean, I'm not, it's tough to say.
But again, it also just comes down to who that person is even in their everyday life. Because if you look at Nick Pavlo, if you look at Ashley, if you look at Ozzy, like they do things in and out of the restaurant very similarly. Like they live their lives like in a more structured way. To where like I feel like I could go to Nick Pavlo's room and like he's like organized and this and that and the other. Like I could go to KDS's house and like her shit's probably everywhere.
Her car
you know,
is a mess.
I'm also just saying that, Katie, I've never been in your car or your house, and I absolutely adore
she's
you.
totally
And I think that
judging
he
you.
talks too much shit on
She's
you.
judging you. She
But I'm
stalks
just
you.
trying to like compare.
Well, I think as an owner, and I think it's really important to empower your staff to be more involved, but also to take the time to put a system in place
Yeah,
so
I mean,
they can follow.
I've put everything in place for her, and it's like, yeah, it's. Not, I guess
maybe
you want to
you
say
need
it's
a
on me.
checklist.
Oh yeah, but maybe it's on me for not being there. But I'm the type of person that I want to grow more than refine. So if I sat at George's Place Courthouse and with Katie Hess 6 days a week, it would probably be a different story. We'd go over everything.
You're like
you know,
over her shoulder
Okay,
a little
well,
bit more.
here's an example.
So then, but I would rather grow. I'd rather have.
I hear what you're saying, but let's say your staff. I don't care how young they are. I know you don't like young people.
Oh God.
But I'm just saying, let's say someone goes to stock the toilet paper, one of the bussers, and they realize they just took the last roll and they put it in the bathroom. You should be instilling in your staff that, look, if something runs low, you need to let Katie know. Like that needs to be the protocol.
They like there is that they have that. Actually, it's more Claudia more than anything downstairs. Which
the
another
boss.
woman.
Shout out to Claudia.
She's a machine. She
Yeah.
is the backbone of Georgia Place Courthouse.
But everyone, even the kids, you have to empower them to say, look, if something doesn't look right, say something. If something runs out or running low, say something to get them in the habit. Because unless you explain it to them, it's not going to cross their minds, especially at that
They don't
age.
care. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't
Okay.
care. Kid, this is the problem. They don't give two shits about it.
Yeah, but you,
it's hard because I feel like with this group, it's shown nothing but like there is growth within this company. And
But that's at their choice.
that
though.
I feel like alone is very empowering to see like some of the people who have worked in just as a server or a busser or this and like how they've grown in the company to where like I feel like that is very empowering in itself to where it's like you could really prove yourself within less than 2 years and you could have your own place, you
Right.
know, and that's huge because it's like, yeah, people say like, oh, what are you going to be a server your whole life? First of all, you could be and be just fine in life. But
Right.
second of all, if you do plan on doing something more or you have a vision for yourself for more than just being a server, like, and you work for us, there is that ladder that you can climb up. And I feel like that's very empowering in itself.
Yeah.
But I think that with the younger kids, it's a little bit, I just feel like it's just a totally different breed these
it
days.
is, and it's tough, but I still feel you.
But
have to
I
force them.
do believe that, like, again, people like us who are very much like list makers, like here are processes and procedures. And it is, as an owner, your part to, you might not be there every day, but at the end of every week or maybe every 3 days, like going over the sheets, evaluating what's been done, what hasn't been
I can
done.
keep on going so much. So
Yeah.
it's not like I don't do it. I do everything.
No,
Yeah,
for sure. I'm just saying that's just like advice to anybody, like processes and procedures. Again, I watched Ozzy a couple
binders.
times.
I love
Binders.
binders. Like I can't.
I love
Binders from Target.
Yes. They have all that. It's a
With
problem.
the Backstreet Boys on
I
it
can't
and
even tell you.
NSYNC.
I have no less than 35 binders in my house. I
You are
always have
sick,
backups,
sick.
and in every color. It's a problem.
What is wrong
Like
with you?
it's hard to go into Target or Staples during back to school. It's so hard.
You're like a little kid over there.
Because I keep buying like shit I don't need. Like I have at least 50 highlighters because you never know when one might run dry.
Are you what?
I have them by my bed. I have them like in every room. I have them in my work bag. I have them everywhere because you never know.
I'm not a binder girl.
You should
I'm
get on the
a
couch so
notebook.
she
I
should lay
just
down. We
have
could
so
talk
many
about this.
journals and notebooks, and then like my journal becomes my notebook on accident because like when someone calls me, I write down the information in that, and then I transform it into just like it just is so chaotic. I did spring cleaning the other day in the house, and as I'm going through the house, I'm like cursing Pete out for all of his mail and everything, but then I'm like collecting all of my notebooks and random like notes that I left for myself around the house. And I'm like, I'm just as problem. Like 90% of this shit's mine, but like Pete's mail pisses me off more. I literally put it in a whole separate room. I was like, get it out of here. But if I have to have the right pen. The notebook has to have the right bind. It has to have the right
gel.
What are we talking about
quick
here?
dry gel.
What's going on?
Organization.
All right.
Put
Anyway,
yourself on
going
a
on here?
notebook.
we'll stop getting off topic and we'll just close this down.
But yeah,
Close
you're
this
going to
out.
lose respect if you're not organized. And if you want to have a successful team, you have to set them up with success and create processes and procedures.
Yes, very important.
And
Checklist.
check in. Make a checklist and check in.
Highlighters,
All right. Get around to Matt.
binders.
That's a wrap.
All right.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Boom.
Bye. What do you do all night?
No, because I'm editing. But
Editing.
last night I wasn't editing. I'm just saying.
What's his name?
Shut up. I was actually cleaning my house because
I bet you were cleaning some
complete
pipes.
disarray.
Disarray him.
Anyway.
Yeah, wipe it off.
Ah.
What you got? What do you want?